Hello again. The one thing one could never say about Donald Trump's presidency is that it has been dull. One literally never knows from one day to the next, indeed, even from 1 hour to the next, what the president will say or do. For some, this makes a pleasant change from many previous presidents since the end of the Second World War. Others, however, find it alarming and fear that one false step will see the world engulfed in war. After the United States combined forces with Israel to obliterate Iran's nuclear program last summer in the course of the so-called 12-day war, there were those who thought that the problem of Iran had been comprehensively dealt with and that we could safely forget about the country. The problem was that Iran still had an awful lot of ballistic missiles left, and they have continued to develop these. None of the neighbouring Arab countries, other than Yemen, of course, is very keen on this. Iran, which is militantly Shiite and not, of course, an Arab country at all, has pretensions to be the leading Muslim country in the world. This irritates and enrages Orthodox Sunni nations such as Saudi Arabia. Few in the Arab world, other than Yemenis and Palestinians, would object to the current regime in Iran being deposed. The Americans are now moving another carrier strike force towards Iran, described by President Trump rather fancifully as an armada. It will join the carriers in the Red Sea and the Mediterranean and provide pretty well overwhelming firepower to direct upon the Iranian regime, should the decision be taken to attack. There is, of course, the possibility that Iran will not simply wait for what many see as the inevitable assault by American forces, but will choose rather to strike first, both at American bases in Arab countries and also at Israel. The result of such an all-out war can hardly be in doubt. It would be an American victory. What the aftermath would look like is anybody's guess. As usual, I'm not saying that I think any of this would be a particularly good thing. I am simply explaining what is almost certain to happen in the coming days and weeks. I observe that Britain has dispatched jet fighters to Qatar, so we are clearly intending to take part in any war which does blow up in the Middle East. Despite his recent criticism of some of the things which President Trump has said lately, I think that our Prime Minister still knows which side he would rather be on, and it is definitely the American one. This is because whatever you might think about the United States or its president, this is the only real world power since the fall of the Soviet Union. And the way that the wind is blowing tells us that being opposed to America is really a good idea just now. Anti-Americanism has since the early 1960s been the default setting for left-wing and liberal types in Britain. Almost every academic and intellectual, together with huge swathes of the middle class, automatically take the side opposing America as being their favourite cause. Hands off Cuba, hey hey LBJ, how many kids did you kill today, and so on, were popular cries 60 years ago, and that mood is still running high among some people in this country. The reality, though, is that we are a damn sight better off as allies of the United States than we would be as their enemy. Most of us realise this, which is why even when the president says foolish and ill-judged things, as all world leaders do from time to time, we still know that having America at our side is rather better than squaring up with them and starting a quarrel.